Tulsi Gabbard has referred Obama to the DOJ for criminal prosecution. She also announced that Hillary Clinton in 2016 was high on tranquilizers. And the fat girl from TLC 8,000 Pound Sisters has lost a lot of weight. This is your daily injection of political crack. I know you can't stop watching, so let's go! CNN panic! CNN cuts off Tulsi Gabbard as she's telling the world Obama committed treason.
Multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election.
Right.
On December 5th.
We've been listening there to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, continuing on what has now been a multi-day effort, not only with public statements like this, but release of documents to attempt to back up the quite extreme allegation that President Obama is guilty of treason and that he worked in some sort of conspiracy with Hillary Clinton, etc., in the assessment by the intelligence community at the time that Russia interfered in the 2016 election.
Russia. Here's the actual clip without CNN like interrupting it and saying that it's bullshit. But basically, this is where Tulsi Gabbard says that she is officially referring Barack Obama to the DOJ for criminal prosecution. This is wild. This is a real timeline that we are living in right now.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Ed, go ahead.
Director Gabbard, thank you. So just two questions, but to begin on that. The president yesterday, you've inferred that the former president helped lead a coup. Based on what you now see, do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving the criminal charges to the Department of Justice. I am not an attorney, but as I've said previously, when you look at the intent behind creating a fake manufactured intelligence document that directly contradicts multiple assessments that were created by the intelligence community, the expressed intent and what followed afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy against the American people, our republic, and an attempt to undermine President Trump's administration.
That is absolutely wild. Now, I don't think that Obama is ever going to get arrested. I don't think Trump is ever going to get arrested. I think it's all going to be fine. But if Obama does, if this turns into something where, you know, he gets arrested or jailed or any form of that, that's going to set a precedent that is going to last forever. That I think would be one of the worst things for America, is to arrest a president, even if they're guilty of something, because then now forever going forward, there's always going to be new presidents that try and arrest previous presidents. That's what's going to happen. Further, Tulsi Gabbard says that Hillary Clinton was using tranquilizers and has psycho-emotional problems.
The report goes into great detail about the information that Russia and Putin had on Hillary Clinton, which included possible criminal acts like secret meetings with multiple named U.S. religious organizations in which State Department officials offered, in exchange for supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency, significant increases in financing from the State Department. They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees who would go and support Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
I'm actually glad they paired it with all that video footage, because I had all that kind of prepared here. I was like, hold up, like here's her like stumbling. I don't know if this one was in there. I wasn't looking. I remember this. She lost a shoe. her shoe got left behind. She did not look well. You know what I mean? This was when she was running for president and a lot of this stuff. Yeah, this like, what is going on? Is she on drugs? And then I remember this reporter like, ha 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 ha, it's funny. You know what's not funny though? This Brazilian reporter is reporting on the disappearance of a 13-year-old girl when he allegedly steps on a body. So he was reporting about this missing girl. She's like a model in Brazil. And then while he's in the water, he steps on something. Right here? Probably a dead body. It was soft, he says. Later on, the victim, Aracia, was later found in the exact same spot where this guy jumped. That's quite the coincidence. I'm just saying. I'm suspicious, and he's, for like a whole minute afterwards. I don't know. It was just something about it is rubbing me the wrong way. It's making me think that this guy, how did he just so happen to stand exactly where she is? That's just wild. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a Brazilian story, but it's kind of captivated the world just because of that video we were looking at. It's such a crazy coincidence that a reporter reporting on that body would step on the body in the water. And here is a picture of the model that was killed. So, I mean, it's looking like this might have been, a on purpose killing. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the M word. At least I'm not sure. I don't know with YouTube these days. In other news, Pedro Pascal and this chick Vanessa Kirby, she's like the Invisible Woman in the new Fantastic Four movie. Oh, and he's the stretchy guy. She's married to someone else. And look how she's touching this man.
These are gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah.
Who touches someone like that who's married to someone else? Are they fucking?
It was our very first day as well.
As long as you don't have to see my face.
Is Pedro Pascal fucking everybody?
Terrible confession to make in front of Gordon.
It's because some of the best men in the world.
I'm just saying, this guy, every time I see him around other people, he's always touching them, especially when it's the ladies. In other news, this is gnarly. Yeah, we have a couple gnarly stories in here today. Multiple children rescued from a secret underground bunker in Alabama. These are the dudes that were basically having their way with children. And they look exactly how you would fucking expect.
This is where authorities say 6 children, the youngest only 3 years old, were victimized repeatedly over more than a year. It's an underground storm shelter near the home of William Chase McElroy, one of the men charged with raping and sodomizing the children, as well as kidnapping and human trafficking.
Inside the storm shelter, there were chairs and beds and things of that nature. And the children were...
yeah, I don't even want to hear it. But one thing that I am happy is that, a kid being in that situation and probably believing that they'll never get out of it, saw the light. Saw the heroes came storming in and saved those kids. Lock these guys up forever. You know what? Put them in. I saw this ISIS video one time. It was like some pilot that got captured. He was in a big metal cage and he was in there's sand at the bottom and it was like soaked in jet fuel and they lit that motherfucker on fire. Yeah, dude, I would have no problem that happened to these guys. There's women involved too. Disgusting. Absolutely, even more disgusting that a woman would do that to another woman. Just saying, bro. Like, ladies got to look after each other. But they don't always do that, especially monsters like these ones. A police chief was placed on leave after his girlfriend hit a 16-year-old and was knocked out. Now, we can't show, someone getting knocked out, so we'll have to blur that part, but here we go.
Go in the crib.
Go in the crib.
Go in the crib.
You don't even pay for this.
Go in the house. Go in the crib.
This is my estate.
Go in the crib. Go in the crib.
We are.
Go in the crib. Go in the crib. I don't care.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't
Touch
care.
me?
Go in the crib. You say you mad. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Touch me. Touch me. Touch me. Oh my. What? Touch me. Touch me. What you talking about? What you talking about?
Ground found out.
What you talking about? I'm not playing with you.
Bro, That's a super Karen that just found the fuck out, man. Satisfying. It turns out that the police chief that is married to this woman many years prior got in trouble for virtually the same exact thing. So I don't know. I guess they're meant for each other. Let's talk about something a lot more positive. Tammy, that's her name. Tammy Slayton, star of 1,000 Pound Sisters, is unrecognizable after weight loss and skin removal surgery. So here's how fat she was, and here's how she looks now. Now, I mean, she still has to look a certain way. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. But she is better off. She's healthier this way. You know, she's a star. So there's a man out there for her. I bet there's men waiting in line. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's done a really good job with her weight loss. Good for her. I can't tell how old she is. That's how like wild the skin droop is. Is she in her 30s? How old is she? I can't tell. So when she's really fat, like you can't really tell because the skin is all stretched out. But then when she's like this and then she's had all the skin surgeries and stuff like that, you can't tell. Like you literally cannot tell how old this person is. It's just, very unfortunately disfigured. But good for her that she's lost all that weight. Here's a little something for you to end this on.
There's stuff you can do. Okay, shut the up. I'll do it when I'm ready.
I'm serious about trying to help Tammy lose this weight, but at the end of the day, there's only so much one person can take.
Grow the up. You first. Bitch, I've been grown. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
You guys are all grown. Very grown. I thought that this story was really interesting. So Kevin O'Leary says that if he was Joe Biden, he would take Hunter Biden out in the he would take Hunter Biden out back and hit him with a stick.
When I watch this, is he setting himself up to go into new media, podcast, maybe streaming, something where he's a voice that represents the angry Democratic platform that he is. I mean, clearly that's the position he's putting forward. That's one side. On the other side, which I think he has to try and balance, he's trashing his family brand.
It's true.
A bit here.
It's true.
I mean, whether you like Biden or you don't, and I understand the last few years of his mandate it had big issues that were not addressed in that interview. But you got to remember, he was a lawmaker for decades and a respected one, even if you didn't believe in his policies.
Yeah, it's true.
But this
Fair enough.
is, in my view, if this was my son, I'd take him behind the barn with a stick and I'd beat him.
I'd beat the shit out of him.
You just don't do. The family brand is being trashed. That's my view, and I think that's a horrible way to end it for the original Biden. Mr.
Wonderful didn't stop there. He had a whole lot to say about Stephen Colbert as well.
He's not funny. And by the way, if the CBS bosses don't want to whack him, I'll do it for them. I'd fire that guy in 4 seconds if I were running the show there.
Hell yeah.
Gone. And then let him litigate for his cash if he's worth 20, 30, 40. Let him wait 12 years through litigation and hire his own lawyers. That guy is dumb.
You know what? I agree. Bro, why would you shit on your boss before you get the money? It's such a good point. This is why I like him. Like, I know he's abrasive and he's like the evil CEO type, but I like those kinds of guys personally. And what he's saying is making total sense. I like what he's saying. If it was me, I'd make him have to fight for his money because you. And other news, imagine if you left the country to escape wokeness and ended up on the front lines in Ukraine. That's what happened to 46-year-old Derek Huffman, who wanted to speed up his citizenship process, says he was promised a non-combat role when he moved to Russia in March. Instead, he was sent to fight the front lines against Ukraine.
Bye. Hey, Deanna. Hey, girls. I love you very much. I'm very, very happy to get to send you this video.
Why would you
see my
do
face,
this?
See I'm doing well. Probably see I've lost a few pounds. I miss y'all more than you can imagine, and I can't wait to see you. Hopefully I get a vacation some point, and I get to come home and spend a couple of weeks with you. But, man, you're on my mind 24/7, and just know that what I'm doing is important to me and important for our family, and I will do whatever it takes to be safe and to come home to you. And take care of each other.
Dumbass. I just can't with this guy. I don't even care. Fuck you. You stupid dummy. And we're going to end the show on some interesting news from Uber. This is actually, I think, probably a good thing, but I think it should go both ways. Here's what we're talking about. Uber is launching a feature next month that lets women avoid being matched with men by allowing them to choose women-only rides and their settings for both rides and drivers. Okay, first, can men say that they don't want a woman driver? Also, can men say they don't want a men driver? Anyways, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.